Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
CRS AFP, JCI Asiana, Red Cross conduct bloodletting activity in Camp Aguinaldo. Marine Exercise 2025 formally concludes. Philippine Coast Guard on high alert this Holy Week. Philippine contingent to return from Myanmar.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Monday, April 14, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. Again, my name is Spencer Ross for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the headlines, the Civil Relations Service Armed Forces of the Philippines, CRS-AFP, collaborated with JCI Asiana and the Philippine Red Cross in a successful bloodletting activity at Reyes Hall, CRS-AFP headquarters, Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. With the theme Build Better, the initiative was part of the nationwide effort to support communities and commemorate Araw ng Kagitingan and the 2025 JCI Week celebration. The event collected 50 units of blood from military reservists and active personnel from the CRS-AFP and the National Capital Region Command. Moreover, JCI Asiana Local Organization President Jorm Imperial highlighted the importance of collaboration between civic and military sectors to support public health and community welfare. She also extended her heartfelt gratitude to all the donors who selflessly give blood to help save lives.
Maraming tayong pasalamatan sa ating mga partners sa araw na ito, lalo po dito sa Armed Forces Philippines, Major General Oliver C. Makiling, Philippine Army Commander Civil Relations, AFP, Brigadier General Eric Macamba, Philippine Navy Marines, Colonel Siriaco A. Luas, Engineer, Infantry General Staff, Lord, Philippine Army, Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla, Tabor Lupa, Philippine Army, and Lieutenant Colonel Ferdinand B. Foronda, Philippine Navy Marines. At sa lahat po ng mga volunteer reservists natin ngayon, sila po ang mga naging instrumento para maging successful itong ating blood donation drive. At alam naman po natin na ang pag-donate ay makakatulong sa lahat ng taong may sakit at nangangailangan. At hindi lang po ito tulong na pag-isang beses lamang. Ito ay nagsisilbing tulong para mabuhay ang bawat tao. So ako po ulit si Jorm. Ako ang 2025 Global Organization President ng JCI Asiana. Salamat.
Forces News.
Meanwhile, the Philippine Marine Corps, together with the United States Marine Corps, formally concluded the Marine Exercise 2025 or MAREX 2025 during a closing ceremony held at Camp Iranon, Sitio Bombaran, Barangay Tuaig, Barira, Maguindanao del Norte. The exercise marks another significant milestone in the continuing efforts to strengthen defense cooperations, interoperability, the mutual trust between the Philippines and the United States. In his closing message, Captain Carter Collins, Company Commander of Echo Company, 2nd Battalion, 1st Marine Regiment, Marine Rotational Force Darwin 25.3, expressed his profound appreciation to the Philippine Marine Corps for their professionalism, hospitality, and camaraderie throughout the exercise. Meanwhile, Major General Arturo Rojas, Philippine Navy Commandant of the Philippine Marine Corps, lauded both the Philippine and U.S. Marine Forces for their outstanding performance, professionalism, and teamwork throughout the exercise.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For other updates,
Armed Forces Radio.
let us hear the details about Northern Luzon Naval Command unveils new seal. Go ahead, Meljoy.
Yes, Spencer, the Northern Luzon Naval Command headed by Commodore Edward Ike M. Dizagon, Philippine Navy, marks a significant milestone in its history as it officially transitioned from Naval Forces Northern Luzon to Northern Luzon Naval Command, uniting vanguards of the Northern Seas to witness the unveiling of the command's new seal during the Monday morning colors at Headquarters Northern Luzon Naval Command, Naval Station Ernesto Igbinar, Poro Point, City of San Fernando, La Union. During the ceremony, awarding of winners during the first quarter Northern Luzon Naval Command Fan Shoot Calendar Year 2025, dubbed as NLNC Jan Week Challenge 2025, held on March 5, 2025 at Wallace Firing Range, Wallace Air Station, City of San Fernando, La Union, also took place. The commander lauded outstanding shooters and the overall champion of the said challenge. Also, the command presented a plaque of recognition and a military merit medal to the personnel of BRP Jose Rizal FF-150, received by its executive officer Commander Jerry R. Seno Cruz, Philippine Navy, for its invaluable service rendered to the command. In the same activity, newly promoted personnel were honored during the donning of rank ceremony. This significant milestone stands as a testament to the command's enduring commitment to excellence in naval operations and service to the nation. The transition reaffirms Northern Luzon Naval Command's vision of becoming a modern and multi-capable naval force ready to address the dynamic challenges of today's maritime environment in Northern Luzon Command's joint area of operations. This is Meljo Inesio Arroco reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Meljoy.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For other AFP news, the 4th Infantry Diamond Division recently rendered a courtesy call to the Regional Director of the National Commission on Indigenous People in Chano del Pilar Street, Cagayan de Oro City. The visit aimed to reaffirm the 4ID's commitment to strengthen its ties with the indigenous peoples communities in its area of responsibilities in Northern Mindanao. 4ID's Assistant Division Commander for Reservists and Retiree Affairs, Colonel Ray Pasco, Philippine Army, said this collaboration emphasized the outgoing efforts of the Army and its partner agencies to build partnership. Meanwhile, the initiative also underscored the 4ID's commitment to working hand-in-hand with IP leaders and their communities to promote peace, cultural sensitivity, and community resilience, especially in vulnerable areas in the region.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
On the other hand, the 45th Infantry Gallant Battalion and the Ministry of Public Order and Safety Basilan spearheaded a two-day peace advocacy initiative for the barangay chairpersons of the municipalities of Ungkayapukan, Tipo-Tipo, and Albarca, Basilan. The said initiative centered on promoting a safe, secure, and successful election and community-based advocacy on preventing rito, bringing together 39 barangay chairpersons for discussions on conflict resolution and election security. The activity involved discussions focused on mutual security and progress in Uptal areas, standard election briefings aiming to prevent violence and foster lasting peace, and culminated in a pledge signing ceremony for participants committed to ensuring a safe election environment. Meanwhile, 45th Infantry Battalion Commanding Officer Lieutenant Colonel Franco Bailon, Philippine Army, underscored the significance of continued collaboration and reaffirmed the Philippine Army's commitment to stand unwavering in its commitment to support these peace-building efforts. On the other line, let us hear more from Gina about the Bravo Company joins nationwide blood donation campaign in Agusan del Sur. Go ahead.
Bravo Company of the 67th Infantry Battalion took part in the nationwide bloodletting initiative Dugo para sa Kabrigada held at Barangay Poblacion, Trento, Agusan del Sur. The event was spearheaded by 105.5 Kabrigada News FM in collaboration with the Municipal Health Office of Trento and the Philippine Red Cross Agusan del Sur chapter. The blood donation drive aimed to encourage voluntary blood donation, raise awareness on the importance of health and wellness, and strengthen the partnership between the military, LGUs, and the civilian community. Bravo Company remains committed to support humanitarian initiatives that promote public service and foster civil-military relations. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Gina.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Meanwhile, troops, the Alpha Aguila Company of the 19th Infantry Battalion participated in the conduct of medical mission and food packs distribution in Barangay Sayaf, Datu Hofer. The initiative was conducted in collaboration with the local government unit, Datu Hofer, Rural Health Unit, Datu Hofer, and Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office on the said area. A total 60 resident families of the said barangay benefited from the said activity. Meanwhile, the unit's participation served as a reflection of the Alpha Aguila Company 90s IB commitment to the residents, not only to Barangay Sayap, but in the whole town of Datohofer, Maguindanao del Sur.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Furthermore, the Philippine Coast Guard is on heightened alerts as crowds of Holy Week travelers began to pack seaports. From midnight to 6 a.m. on April 13, the PCG recorded almost 13,000 outbound passengers and more than 9,500 inbound passengers. The PCG personnel also inspected around 328 vessels and 63 motorboats. At the Manila North Harbor, security was tight, with the PCG inspecting baggage for dangerous or prohibited items. Meanwhile, the Department of Transportation, deployed enforcers to EDSA busway stations, integrated terminal exchange, and major highways from April 9 to 23 to support travelers throughout the Holy Week. Live on air, now let's hear our reporter on the ground about AFP joins forces with other agencies to gear up for 2025 elections. Go on for the details, Angel.
Yes, Spencer, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, in collaboration with the Commission on Elections, Philippine National Police, and the Philippine Coast Guard, held an interagency command conference to gear up for the 2025 election. The meeting brought together top officials from each agency to discuss about security assessments, deployment strategies, and contingency measures to address potential challenges and threats related to the elections. Furthermore, AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. reaffirmed the AFP's commitment to maintaining the integrity of the election process. He emphasized that the AFP will continue to support and collaborate with other government agencies to ensure the elections are conducted without disruption. This is Angel Cruz Camomot reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Angel.
Armed Forces News.
On the other hand, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. enjoined Filipinos to practice compassion and show resilience and faith as the nation observes Holy Week. In his message released on Palm Sunday, Marcos called on each citizen to take a brief pause as the entire country reflects on the sacrifice and triumph of Jesus Christ. He then emphasized the importance of hope and perseverance in the face of adversity. The president also expressed hope that Filipinos would regain strength from overcoming struggles in the presence of their family and loved ones this Holy Week.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Meanwhile, the one-month absentee voting period for overseas Filipinos Yesterday was begun. This is the first time that the internet will be used to cast ballots in 77 Philippine diplomatic posts abroad. Commissions on Election spokesman John Rex Laudiaco says overseas voting started at 8 a.m. local time. First to start were areas under jurisdiction of the Philippine Embassy in Wellington and New Zealand. Yes, live on air, we have a report coming in from Bea about Simog Philippine Navy attends launch on Pedro Biyaya ng Karagatan art exhibit in Subic, Zambales. Go ahead, Bea.
The Simog PN attended the opening of Pedro Biyaya ng Karagatan, an art exhibit by renowned Filipino artist Neptali Aunzo at the Subic Bay Yacht Club in Zambales. The event also featured a performance of the campaign song WPS Akin Ka by Commander Chat Alvaro Sumbeling, Philippine Navy. The exhibit, which runs from April 9th to 23rd, 2025, showcases Aunzo's vibrant portrayals of the West Philippine Sea and the hardworking Filipino fishermen, as well as the dedication of the Philippine Navy and Coast Guard. This is Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea.
DWDD National News.
Alright, let's move on to agribusiness. The Philippines increased its meat imports by 25% as the end of February as traders ramp up purchases amid the continued spread of animal diseases. Based on the latest data from the Bureau of Animal Industry, meat purchases abroad from January to February grew to 237.68 million kilograms. This is the higher than the 177.82 million kilograms during the same period last year. These meat imports come as the Philippines continues its campaign against the spread of bird flu and African swine fever or ASF.
DWDD National News.
However, the Philippine Interagency Humanitarian Contingent is set to return home from the successful completion of its mission in Myanmar. According to the Office of Civil Defense, the entire contingent composed of 89 personnel from various agencies is expected to arrive today, April 14. OCD Administrator Ariel Nepomuceno will also welcome the contingent upon their return. He also expressed his pride in their service. Earlier this week, Defense Secretary Gilberto Chidori Jr. relayed President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s congratulatory message commending the team for their outstanding work. On the other line, Jai, let us hear from Armor Division deploys quick reaction team for the upcoming NLE. Jai?
Yes, Spence, the Armor Division deployed its Quick Reaction Force team in preparation for the 2025 national and local elections at Camp O'Donnell Campus Tarlac. The QRF, composed of 5 officers and 66 enlisted personnel that will be deployed to support the 1st Mechanized Infantry Brigade in Sultan Kudarat. During the ceremony, Major General Pedro C. Balisi Jr., commander of the Armor Division, reminded the troops of their duty to uphold the democratic process. He also affirmed to assist the Commission on Elections in ensuring a peaceful, orderly, and credible electoral process nationwide. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jai.
DWDD National News.
Yes, the Department of Social Welfare and Development clarified that it is still in charge of the social pension for indigent senior citizens. However, the National Commission on Senior Citizens has taken over the distribution of cash benefits to octogenarians, non-genarians, and centenarians. The SWD Protective Services Bureau Director Edmond Monteverde said the NCSC is now in charge of the cash benefits for seniors who are 80s, 85, 90, 95, and 100 years old. Under the expanded Centenarian Act of senior citizens reaching the milestone ages 80, 85, 90, and 95 receive a cash gift of 10,000 pesos each and a felicitation letter.
DWDD National News.
Information and Communications Technology Secretary Henry Aguda said that they are continuously strengthening global alliance to fast-track the Philippines' digital transformation. Aguda said that digital bayanihan is gaining international momentum. The new DICT Chips 4-point vision is grounded in the agency name drive a digital-first economy, inclusive tech for all, champion data privacy and protection, and transparency in governance. Recently, he also welcomed French officials and Singapore's Ambassador Constance C, who also reaffirmed her country's long-standing partnership with the Philippines' focus on e-governance, cybersecurity, and upskilling the ICT workforce. Let us hear from Kat about Philippine Air Force Showcases exhibit at SMCT Kawayan in Isabela. Kat.
In celebration of its 78th anniversary, the Philippine Air Force showcases a dynamic mall exhibit at SMCT Kawayan, Isabela. The exhibit showcases the PAF's contributions to territorial defense, domain awareness, and combat support, along with its significant involvement in humanitarian and disaster response effort. Through this exhibit, the PAF aims to enhance public understanding of its mission, inspire interest in military service, and foster a deeper appreciation for its vital role in safeguarding the country. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Kat.
DWDD National News.
On the other news, the Philippine National Police has confirmed the identities of the suspects in the kidnapping and killing of businessman Anson Ke and his driver Armami Pabilio. PNP Chief General Romel Marbil explained that the case is far more complex than a simple kidnapping. Marbil said the agency is closing in on arrest, but they want the mastermind that not just hard hands. Investigators have refused to reveal operational details, but multiple police units are reportedly coordinating for imminent arrest.
DWDD National News.
Furthermore, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos recently made a pit stop in Cebu to check sites that could be venues for the Association of Southeast Asian Nations for ASEAN Summit meetings next year. The First Lady said she was awed by the one-of-a-kind beauty the province had to offer. She also added that with Cebu's breathtaking landscape, rich culture, and warm hospitality, it shines as one of the brightest jewels of our country. Accompanied by Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia, among the places she visited are 5-star Hotel Shangri-La Mactan, Sheraton Cebu Mactan Resort, and the Mactan Expo Center.
DWDD National News.
The Pag-asa announced that a frontal system has emerged and is bringing overcast skies with rains over the provinces of Bataan, Abatanes, Cagayan, and Apayao. Pag-asa weather specialist Rhea Torres also explained that a frontal system is defined as the transition zone where different types of masses of air with contrasting characteristic primarily temperature and humidity meet. This can bring about significant changes in weather such as cloudy skies, rain, and potentially thunderstorms. In most parts of the country, including Metro Manila, the earliest would prevail to carry isolated and scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over the next 24 hours.
DWDD National News.
Alright, that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook AF Radio DWDD. Don't also to forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time, same station. But before we let you go, we have a announcement to all our valued military personnel and pensioners, and of course to our dependents. You are warmly invited to the AFP Finance Center's Financial Institution and Government Agencies Trade Fair this coming 22 of April, Tuesday. That is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Mucha Pacho AFP Finance Center, Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. This event also offers a convenient way to update your records and avail of services from GSIS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, and various accredited financial institutions. We also encourage you guys to make the most of this one-day event designed to make your transaction faster, easier, and more accessible. Do you have any other updates? All right. No. Again, thank you so much for tuning in for AFP Radio. This is Spencer again for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.